Welcome back to the channel. This go around be looking at Sleep Token, Alkaline. Now I haven't really listened to Sleep Token. I've heard or reacted to on a separate channel, which I'm gonna move it over here. Their song The Summoning. But that's been a while ago. So I really, yeah, dude, let's just go ahead and get into it because I know there's people either love or hate this band. There's like no two ways about it. So let's get into it. Kind of a unsettling start to this. Dude just sitting in a chair. There's a gun by one of the bodies. They look like they're in biohazard suits and look like they got gas masks on. That's okay. Interesting.
Every once in a while something changes, and she's changing me. It's too late for me now, I am altered. There is something beneath. She's not acid nor alkaline, caught between black and white, not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see in a different light the objects of my desire.
This is almost creepy, but it's talking about a toxic relationship. She's not acid and she's not alkaline. So she's not in acidity, you know, she's not acidic, she's not neutral. That's what alkaline is, it's neutral. So the only other option you got is toxicity. And so talking about caught in her design is altered. So this is a toxic relationship that's taken a toll on this person. But the vibe of this song is, and the actual instrumentation of itself with his voice is just it's kind of creepy, to be honest with you. Real quick clarification, because like I said, I didn't take chemistry, but I know, you know, neutral, you got acidity, alkaline. Okay, that makes sense. 'Cause, you can have something on the pH chart to where something that's strongly alkaline is very toxic. So, all right.
Ooh, let's talk about chemistry, 'cause I'm dying to melt through to the heart of her molecules, till the particles part like holy water. If anything, she's an undiscovered element, either born in hell or heaven sent. Either way, I'm into it.
So she's addictive, is what she is. Okay. Oh, okay, that's So yeah, that's all right. The premise of that, the lyrically, how that's, I love the fact the name of the song is Alkaline, and then lyrically talking about basically a relationship with a girl or a thing, because a lot of stuff referred to as she's, but I'm gonna assume this is taking to do with a woman, or it might be the music industry, but either way, I'm gonna assume a woman. She's not acid nor alkaline. So whenever you take a look at chemical composition, if something's not acid, if it's not, now granted, this is a different level of things, but and this is going to be a poor explanation because I didn't take and do a whole lot of chemistry, but I understand the basics of, something's, you got something that's acidic, something that's, the alkaline is your neutral point basically. You got toxic. So this is toxic girl, and a lot of times you take in a toxic relationship with a person, you're drawn to them, and it doesn't matter how they take and abuse you or how they might take and manipulate you or what have you. The narcissism and the other actions they take that make them and make the relationship so toxic is part of the draw, unfortunately, sometimes, because the times when they're not acting all, you know, discombobulated, and a lot of times they don't even come across as crazy, or they don't come across as manipulative or anything like that. And they're so, it's not until you've gotten into it and you realize you're unhappy and everything like that, you take a stock of everything. That's when you kind of realize, shit, this is a toxic relationship, this toxic person. But at that point, you're kind of you feel trapped almost. But there's a certain draw to a lot of these types of people and relationships, for many people. So the fact that this is like in the whole first verse, right? Dude's voice is very kind of even, kind of almost understated. The music is very sparse, it's minimalistic, but his voice is done in a way that it's kind of like it kind of leaves you on edge a little bit, on you, like your nerves on edge a little bit. And then when the music comes, I like the music. I like I like once it got to the heavier part. Like I like the entirety of it. It's just the beginning of it is like, damn, that's kind of, whoa, gives you the heebie jeebies, you know? So, but even still, just lyrically, it's like, okay, this definitely, I know, this is all right, cool. So I makes sense with the biohazard suits. Why do you take in, biohazard? You got toxicity, and you can use it for, something that's, well, no, it's mostly something that's toxic, something that toxic fumes a lot of times, or something that's toxic to touch. So this right here, like the visualizations of everything, I like it. I did, at the beginning, I was like, bruh, his voice, eh. I will say this, like the voice is understated enough, but yet powerful. It's kind of weird because it almost gets buried beneath the music once the second verse kicks in, almost, but it's just strong enough to take and be clear enough to where you still hear the lyrics that are being sung to you, but it's not so loud that it's competing with the music, but it's not so low that it gets drowned out by it. So it's almost buried, but it's kind of in that sweet spot of like, okay. And with the theme of everything as well, it kind of makes sense in the whole composition of it. Like this is just, I've taken a look at more stuff by them. I've taken the summoning over to this channel at some point in time. Hope you all enjoyed this. Y'all get to each other. Love yourselves.